the way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
On to get us started now, the kicker, Chris Boswell. And off we go in Madden Ultimate Team. Taken at the goal line. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped at the 14. And the drive will start with a carry by LaDainian Tomlinson. And brought down, but not before reaching the 25. That's a pickup of 11 and a first down on their first offensive play.
That was good, tough running right up the middle. And if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Fitzpatrick. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going to go down. That winds up pushing him back 11 yards on the sack. And that'll bring up third. Third and long, Fitzpatrick following the sack. What can he and the gang come up with? A give up the middle to Tomlinson. And he'll be brought down at the 28, and that is well short of the first. It's a gain of 9, but it's also going to mean a punt here on their opening drive.
Well, the guys who are paid to make the tackles deserve some kudos there, but I think they deserve even bigger ones because in that situation, they had to be thinking pass. Loosened up defense, going to pass coverage. Instead, maybe they surprised him a little bit running the ball.
He's got a man, complete. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line.
Brandon, we've both been around the game long enough that we know that in pregame, defenses are pretty amped up, aren't they? I mean, they're pounding lockers, and they can't wait to get out there. But when you hit them with some big pass plays early, it takes the starch right out of them.
Now Tomlinson on 1st and 10. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. The defense showing some anger after giving up the big play. This time they'll lose 1 or 2.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Second down and back to Tomlinson. And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
And he gets this down to the 18, good enough for a first down. They'll get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Again, it's Tomlinson. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown.
First quarter, maybe too early to talk about statement drives, Charles, but that sure seemed like a statement drive right there.
Well, if we're going to talk about statement drives, I think what they're saying is we're going to establish the run. They gave it to him early and often on this drive, and he wound up taking it into the end zone.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone.
And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
Throwing now, Griffin on first down. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Here's Griffin.
Again, it's Johnson.
And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10, right at the 40. Play action. Now Griffin. Open man is the Hall of Famer, Dave Casper. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20. On first down, Griffin. Johnson with a completion over the middle.
And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here.
They go play action. Griffin.
And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete.
It's been a good opening drive offensively thus far, but you know they don't want to waste it and settle for a field goal attempt after that incompletion. So this is a big play coming up here on 3rd down.
They go play action with Griffin.
And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
My first thought is surprise, because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
They're going on 4th down. It's Griffin. And it's caught. And in for the Steelers touchdown. Dave Casper from 17 yards out.
And the Steelers respond to that opening drive touchdown with one of their own.
Extra point put through by Boswell. And we are tied at 7.
These two teams all tied after one.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away.
Out of the end zone comes Johnson. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive.
And that last touchdown drive they had very balanced. How key is that balance?
It's huge, because most of the time when we talk about balance is run, pass, almost 50-50. But most of the times when you talk to offensive coaches, they say balance is we do what we want when we want to. And that means that they're ahead of the defense, keeping them on their heels.
Yeah, they imposed their will on that last drive.
A gain of just a yard, but it's a first down.
They stay on the ground. Tomlinson.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple.
A give to LaDainian up the gut.
And he'll have a Jets first down as good running gets him to about the 44.
Partner, there are strong running plays, and then there are plays where you simply outclass the defense, and we saw the latter there. They ran straight up the heart of that front for an excellent gain and first down. Simply put, you've got to put up more of a fight defending the middle. Otherwise, this is going to be a long game.
He's able to force his way through one man, but he can muster only about a yard on the play. 2nd down.
They'll try to throw here, Fitzpatrick. Going for the deep ball. That's caught inside the 20.
And they're going to get this down inside the 15.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. for big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great. And what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. From the shotgun, it's Fitzpatrick. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. Short completion, just 4 yards. And it'll leave him with 3rd and a full yard to go. Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. 9th play coming up here on this drive. This is 3rd and a yard. Now they bring a receiver in motion right. They'll try and pick it up with Tomlinson. Call it no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. Out is Carlson now for the Raider field goal. From the left hash, a chip shot here. The kick by Carlson is good. So a long drive gets him down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
Well, the football changing hands here as this offense takes the field. Charles, they'd be fine with more of the same on this upcoming drive. Last time out, they found the end zone for 6.
And they're certainly hoping for more of the same, but the game plan, I doubt it'll just be a carbon copy of the last drive, because I think this offense is ready to break out some new wrinkles and try some new things that might be hidden in their playbook. They want to use that confidence to its advantage, while also keeping the defense from anticipating what's up next.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. To throw is RG3.
Out to the flat here for Johnson.
He's at the 40, the 20, and into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Chris Johnson, 64 yards as they have taken the lead. Now Mike Tomlin says, let's go ahead and go for 2. Griffin will try and throw. That's caught at the 2. And he is into the end zone again. So get him some oxygen. He scores on the long run and then punches in the 2-point conversion for good measure.
Out of the end zone comes Johnson. And tackled at the 21-yard line. So a net negative there of 4 yards. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. There was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
Second down and back to Tomlinson.
And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there.
106 yards for him on the ground so far tonight as he has been terrific in this first half.
They go again to Tomlinson. And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half. On second down, it's Tomlinson. And this will go as a short gain on what will be the final act of this first half. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down, 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL
on EA Sports. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3. So time for the second half as the Steelers have the lead, and they will also be receiving the football here to start the third quarter. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped at the 14. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Hey, Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it. But I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities. And I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the third quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Play action, it's Griffin. And he drops it off to Chris Johnson. And he'll be tackled after a gain of 4, still 3 yards short, fourth down. Fourth down, here's RG3. And he fires one that's intercepted. Snatched by the safety Ed Reed. And the Jets are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And their defense did its job, forcing the takeaway there to start the half, and now can the offense follow suit?
And you'd better believe that one side of the ball feeds off the work of the other, so they'll want to come out, establish some rhythm, and go down and take the lead.
Yeah, another negative play in an early down situation. This one to start the drive. You're putting a lot of pressure on your quarterback to bail you out when you're in second and long yardage.
Throwing on second and 14. Fitzpatrick. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Jalen Ramsey. And the Steelers will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line. They've got good starting field position as they come up here first and 10 at the 45. And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be second down. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin.
Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by the great one, Darrelle Revis. There he goes left side. And he brings this one back. It's a pick six and a Jet touchdown. So this whole game gets flipped on its ear right there. The interception, return for a touchdown, and this lead changes hands here in the third quarter.
And it certainly felt like this defense had a read on what was going on the offensive side of the ball and said, let's cut down our coverage a little bit. Let's be in a position to make a play on the ball. And, boy, that sure turned out well for them.
Now with the play clock down to 2, we're going to get a timeout here. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. The defense more than did its job. Now the offense is summoned onto the field as they'll go for 2. Following the interception here, Fitzpatrick. And he's got it. The try for 2 is successful, and it pushes the lead up to a field goal. So they make the decision. They want a 3-point lead versus a 2-point lead, and they got it.
Yeah, at this stage of the game, it seems like the exact right thing to do. Put a little pressure on your defense, but the biggest thing now is you're making the other team chase you.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. And they're going to mark that where it went out of bounds. So really good starting field position up past the 40-yard line. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Now Griffin. This is brought in by Casper. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Give him 30 yards there.
They started this drive with terrific field position, and it's going to get even better after that play. Had great options with where they started, so they decided to press their advantage, and it paid off.
So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Now it's Griffin. Throwing left side, it's complete. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. Here's Griffin. Got his man, it's caught for a Steelers touchdown. A 5-yard touchdown. And the Steelers have taken the lead here in this third